Hey everyone, it's Arthur here at Arthur Lose Your Mind, and or Eat Your Mind.
There it is.
And
Oh no. Oh wait.
it's running down the street. And tonight, for the very first time, it's just Colleen and I, the Cool Crone.
So
I'm so
excited.
thrilled.
Yeah, I am
I
too. This
love doing
is
shows with you,
special.
but sometimes it feels like the Brady Bunch. So no, but it's all good. It's all good. So how are you?
I am very well. I'm doing really well. Despite the YouTube troubles, this is the time of the troubles on YouTube. So uh, I'm surviving.
Besides that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Besides that, Melania, never mind.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So if anyone wants to get a hold of you, I put your contact here. So do you want to talk about that? You
Yeah.
give readings and astrology and everything else.
Yeah. Let's see what it's basically. There's a lot of different card readings that I offer, and astrology, of course, natal and future forecasts. And I also do something called cosmic clairvoyance, which sounds a lot more mysterious than it really is, but it's a really popular reading. People seem to like it. So, and I like doing it. So that's good. So all those things.
Good. And so they can get you at your website?
Yep. That's all on my website.
Or through YouTube?
Well, when you go to YouTube,
No, I mean, you go to YouTube and then you link over to your website.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Cool. So, and if anybody needs to get a hold of me, there you go. ArthurEaseYourMind.com or 310-494-5955. I do have availabilities all the month of August. I'm open. So if anybody wants to read, let me know. So there you go. Enough of the commercials. So, I mean, we've done shows together and I admire everything you do, Colleen, but how did you get started?
Well, I started things at different times in my life. When I was really young, when I learned how to read, that's when I started astrology, because when I could finally read, I was the youngest of 4. So I was very jealous that they could all read things, the newspaper and books and comic books and stuff, the mail, you could, the phone book, they could read things. And so when I learned how to read, I went to the newspaper immediately and I started reading the horoscopes. And I immediately said, this can't possibly be right. How could everybody born in this month have the same horoscope? This is just garbage. And so my brother, who is 10 years older than me, was also somewhat interested in astrology, but he was interested more in terms of he would like to get girlfriends who were astrologers. And so he would bring his girlfriends to the house. And over the years, I learned a lot from them. And one of them turned out to be his wife, and she actually gave me astrology lessons. But by the time she gave me lessons, I was already pretty close to doing charts myself, because I was just really lucky with the books that I got turned on to. So I think by like the age of like 11, I was actually giving astrology readings to people. And also around the age of 10 and 11, I started to get, like, I got my first tarot card deck and I was terrified of it. I was terrified. I was like, oh no, that's too special. So I always carried it with me. Like if I went on a vacation or something, my cards were always with me, but I never opened it. I never tried to read until I got much older. I mean, I had books on it and I would read the books and I'd look at the cards and I was just like, oh, it's all too much. I just can't handle it. But in the meantime, all those years, I always had a really profound connection and feeling that I was a witch. And my mom would just go, okay. She didn't poo-poo it. She didn't say, don't do it. Neither did my dad even. And my dad, you know how dads are, they're pretty judgmental basically in that era. And nobody ever said, don't believe that or don't think that, Colleen. So I mean, there weren't that many books in the 60s that, a 10-year-old could buy. So on witchcraft, it was really slim pickings. You had I think that book that Sylvia Plath wrote was the closest thing to witchcraft in the public library. But I was able to get my hands on a couple of witchy books and a lot of astrology books. So I just read and read and read. And by the time I was in high school, I was sort of known for that as being a witch and astrologer. And so, you know, people would challenge me. Those were the days of the first wave of that like born again Christian thing. I remember the girl who was the president of the pep club in my high school
Yeah.
thought it would be kind of a joke to have me do. They had this day where everybody was going to give a class on something they were really excited about or passionate about. And she asked me if I would do one on astrology, thinking that astrology and witchcraft were the same thing. That was her thinking. And so I did it, and she attended my class and she was dumbfounded. She was like, it kind of makes sense when you talk about it. And I said, yeah, it does. And she goes, it has nothing to do with witchcraft. And I said, yeah, they're two different things. And she's like, but you're a witch. And I said, well, if you want me to turn you into a toad, I will, but I'd much rather look at your rising sign or tell you about your moon or something like that. So, we became friends after that. Before then, I was like, persona non grata, don't let her be around here. And I did see people in the halls do this when I walked by, and I would be like, be gone, your power, you have no powers here, that kind of thing. So I kind of grew up doing this stuff. My family did not treat me like, I was totally nuts. They did. They were all pretty psychic too. Everybody in my family is pretty psychic. Yeah. And so I think I was saying out loud what they couldn't, because I was I was slightly younger than them, slightly almost different generation than them. And it just didn't occur to me that this was a bad thing until I got much older. Then I began to realize how much prejudice there was. And of course, all the witchy books back then said, keep it a secret. Everything's a secret. Shh, don't tell anybody. Secret handshake. And I was just, oh, okay, all right. It wasn't until I was much, 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 much older that I finally said, I think they believed that because they didn't want people to lock them up.
Correct.
So I dropped that. I've been very happy with being sort of out and proud about my witchiness. And, it's served me well, but I started when I was a kid. That's the thing. So sorry, that was kind of a long explanation, but
no, that's all right. I tease everyone and say for the first 6 years of my life, I thought my name was Stop Doing That, because I would walk up to people in grocery stores or whatever, start talking to them. My father would just pick me up. We'd end up in the parking lot with him saying, "Stop doing that." And then in second grade, the nuns were like flicking holy water on me. So it was like you get to get quiet. But it wasn't until Jean Dixon, when she wanted to meet with me, then that it all opened up from there.
That's an amazing, amazing part of your life that you got to actually not just meet Jean Dixon, but work with Jean Dixon. That was right? You worked with her kind of.
She called, we worked for the same magazine, and she was looking for someone to write a children's advice column with her for the New York Times Syndicate. So she'd been reading my articles and knew of me. And so when I got the call that she wanted to meet with me, I was like dumbfounded. It's like, don't people usually want to meet with her? Why does she want to meet with me?
Yeah.
And then they said, and the girl that was calling me didn't know I'm psychic. So I just said, well, she's asked every other writer in Washington, D.C. Why would she want to meet me? And the girls were very quiet and said, well, that's kind of true, but she wants to meet you. So I went down to D.C. And we're talking 1988. We're not talking about,
Yeah.
I was in my 30s. And first thing when I met with her in the restaurant was, you have a twin sister like I do. So I was like, that's the real deal. And then she said, let's see your hands. Oh, look at all the stars. And she showed me all the stars in her hands. We're talking. Then all of a sudden, we're here for a meeting. So she said, just after the meeting, she's come to my townhouse. I'll clear up the rest of my day. And that was how it all started.
Oh, she was one of my favorite people in back in those days. And she wrote at least, I had one book of hers, right? She wrote a book. Yeah, I had her book. And God, I thought she was just amazing. I thought it was amazing that somebody could make their living doing this in the 20th century. I just thought that was amazing because, in all the other centuries, we just got burned and stuff. So,
Well, it was also, I was very surprised when, she was raised very strict Catholic.
like you.
And even more so. But their
Yeah.
parents realized that she had gifts.
Mhm.
So, as she told me, it was the Jesuit priest that taught her everything she knew about about astrology. And then in those days, and she was also psychic, they didn't have the word psychic. It was either medium or astrologer. We're talking about the early 40s, late
Yeah.
30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
So that's where she stuck with astrologer. And she said the best books on the planet regarding astrology are in the Vatican.
Vatican. I know. I've known that since I was a kid, and it really pissed me off.
She's perused them.
Oh my God.
She was supposed to.
My God. That's crazy. My high priestess also was raised Catholic, and she always says, the priests hold back all the good stuff, all the really mysterious, juicy, metaphysical stuff. They hold it all for themselves.
Well, they have the best telescope, so come on.
Yeah, they do. And the best incense, I think.
Frankincense.
I use frankincense too. I like that too. But yeah, it is very, very interesting that you had that connection with her. I just think that's fascinating. I think that's
like I tell people, she found me, and then I forget about. But one thing she told me, and I've just been realizing this in the last couple of weeks or so, is she told me that I'd be moved. I was in New York at the time. She said, "You'll move back to Los Angeles. You'll work on your music. You're going to go do a TV show. You're going to put out a shingle and read professionally for people and help a lot of people, and you'll have your own audience." Now, when I was writing for the television show, I thought that was my audience. The other morning when I woke up and found I had 9,000 subscribers, I realized that's what she meant by audience.
That's what she meant, yeah.
And I'm so appreciative.
You have done so phenomenal on YouTube. You've just, it's just, that's amazing. But that just tells you that this.
You know how many fake accounts that costs? I'm just kidding.
but it tells you, this is really what you're meant to be doing.
I'm meant to be here.
Not just reading for people, but reading here on YouTube, because I think that's a special thing. I think this community that is here on YouTube, and there's really now lots of little sub communities within this large community.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is heralding a new way for people to accept this and acknowledge it, because everybody's psychic. Everybody's always been psychic, but
of course, like everyone can play piano, but not everybody's Horowitz.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that people with older religions, and especially older Western religions, they've had so much shame attached to being different, not just psychic, but different anyway. I mean, you could be left-handed and they're thinking you're weird, right? And I think that part of our community here is to give grace to those who feel so different that they feel ashamed, and help them to accept who they are and to accept their perfection and their beauty. What's that?
And be a beacon of hope.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do feel that we really are doing a mission, a job. We're really called to be here for this. And it is kind of not really a religious thing, but it is a moral, what's the words escaping me? Kind of duty, I guess. It's just I
was drawn to this. I mean, it found me. Let's put it that way. If somebody told me 3 years ago I'd be doing this, I thought, "Are you smoking loco weed again?" Yeah. But no, it's all great. But thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you too. I mean,
I've always wanted the background. So.
Huh?
I always wondered what your background was, and now we know.
Yeah. Yeah. Besides being a Libra, that's my background.
That's my rising.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We're just kind of like, here we go.
Yeah. So we have Sherry in the background helping us with the questions and everything. So why don't we go to some questions?
Okay.
And first,
and you've got some super chats too.
I know. I just saw that. Sue Todd, thank you so much. Hello, you two being of service. Thank you. I have a question. Will Epstein's prison transcripts with all the names and horrors be made public, and 45's involvement is made known?
Well, not for a while. It will, but I think it will be quite a while. I think 45 may even have passed by the time it comes out. I think that if it's the I just think I think it'll be a while. But I think the public does need to know. I just don't think it's going to be tomorrow or even next summer. I think it's going to be a while. What do you think?
Well, what I've been getting is that we may not know everything, but I keep on picking up at the end of August, 2 females coming forward. One may be slightly known, and they've got receipts for the special sauce. I mean, they've got information, and it's going to lead to other investigations and it's like a spider web, and things just keep on growing from it. And eventually things will be known. I would say, like, you're right, in about 3 years, maybe we'll know everything more. Not everything, just more. We'll never know all of it.
No. And I think some stuff is out now, right? So there's some stuff that's out now. And then Ghislaine Maxwell has stuff too. And I think that her stuff, that will take a while to come out. She's hanging on to that because I think she sees that as her, ticket out of being murdered,
Her lifeline.
Yeah, that's her life plan. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, I hope we help you, Susan, on that, Sue Todd.
Yeah. I hope you like that.
Thanks for asking. And Sacred Hag. And thank you for your donation.
Yeah.
Hello, Arthur and Colleen. My husband and I are stuck in a catch-22 financially. GOSC is breaking free of this soon. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Oh. A catch-22 financially. Very interesting. Wow. There's I do see it coming out of it. There's things behind the curtain that you don't know about. So it could be that things are going to shift in the ethers, and then something releases and relaxes and allows that money to come. But I do see the ultimate outcome is, happy and, getting free of that stuff. Those are just cards that jumped out of the deck. I'll see if I pull a few more and if they can get more of what the journey is. What do you have, Arthur? What are you getting?
What I was getting is, it seemed like back in February to April, there was a shock to the system. And that's when you started looking at financial situations. And the thing is, if you had just ignored it, you'd be in deep doo-doo. But you're not. You're actually looking at it, trying to figure out what you need to do. And what I'm seeing here is a reorganization of where your spending is, on what you're spending money on. Almost, I don't want to say budget, but just what's up until now, you didn't look at things like what a need, a want, and a necessity were. Now you do. So I really feel over these next 6 months, you'll be looking at money differently, but it doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. But you're going to start understanding things. And in the next 6 months, I keep on getting smooth sailing for you. Things start opening up. And it's not going to be like, don't make a right or don't make a left. It's like, no, you're just going forward on your own path.
Yeah, agreed. I see a lot, some hard work. You guys really putting the work in to just identify what your priorities are. And as you identify those, you begin to see where the balance has to come. And from then on, it's also, by the way, this is actually really good for your marriage. The two of you working through this together and having a totally equal part in the decision-making process and in the process of changing your habits. It's just really good for the two of you emotionally. And it is going to be, you're going to be much stronger, both financially and emotionally at the end of this. So it is kind of a blessing in that way for you guys, taking the blinders off and looking at your life realistically. And like Arthur said, what is it, a need? Is it a want? Is it a like, oh God, that'd be fun to have, like, are we just indulging ourselves? So yeah, good one.
Okay. Thank you, Sacred Hag. And I cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. Dora Romana, thank you. Hi, Arthur and Colleen. Can I get a message from my guides, please, and thank you? No, not at all. I'm not going to do it. Of course you can. So go for it, Colleen.
So you're wishing for things. You're wishing that things are different, and your guides want you to think in terms of not just wishing it, but seeing it, visualizing it. Believe that things are coming to you the way you want them to. You're looking for both love and more money. And I think the key is to see yourself in the position that you want to be in. See yourself surrounded by the beautiful garden or money or beautiful clothes or a great car or great house or beautiful people or the love of your life or sitting in an expensive restaurant. You need to visualize yourself in the situation that you want to be in, because you're the manifester. You're absolutely in charge of what's coming to you. All you have to do is dare to dream it. And by dream it, I mean visualize it. That's what I have.
And what I was getting is, first of all, get out of your own way. Things happen in God's time or universal time, not our time. Believe me, he doesn't get my memos. And what I get here is these next 3 months is about you finding you, loving you, taking care of you, date yourself. And then the rest starts opening up for you. Okay? It may sound trite, but as Colleen said, manifestation, you're the manifester. Go for it. And remember, when we go to manifest, it's already here. The law of the universe it's already here. Think of it as there's a bank account with your name on it called Abundance and Success. What's the withdrawal slip? Since it's already here. And that's the right frequency, the right mindset, and stuff like that. In other words, and gratitude is what opens that door. Okay?
Absolutely. Yep.
So thank you, Dora. Dakota Deb. Hi, Arthur and Colleen. I'm a senior on a very fixed income, and I have a pending sale at auction in the month of October. Do you see it being successful? I'm hoping for $30,000 or better. Thank you. Are we talking about real estate here? I mean,
Or
that's
maybe,
the first thing.
or maybe a huge art piece. I don't know, but something at auction.
Whatever it is, I got a yes on it.
Great. Awesome. So. Let's just stick with that. Let's just go with yours. That's fine.
No, seriously, I didn't get it. And as far as the price is concerned, they keep on showing me Goldilocks and Three Bears. So it's going to be not too much, not too little, but just right.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's so lovely. That's great.
Okay, Dakota. You want to add anything?
Nope. I think you got it perfect.
Okay. Makedo. Hola, you two fabulousnesses. My friend is transitioning out of prison soon after 6 years. Do the guides see us having life together through his transition and healing? Thank you.
What I'm getting is that yes, but please give them time to adjust to being out of prison. Give them time to just stand in the sunlight, and appreciate where they are. And that could take 2 weeks. It could take a couple of months. It could take longer. Who knows? But as long as you give them time to appreciate what their freedom really feels like, and for them to have those weird little aftershocks of, oh my God, nobody's closing the door. I can go wherever I want and I can do whatever I want to do. Because sometimes that really makes people feel insecure and weird. And so they need time to make all that full circle adjustment to really being free and having, paid whatever debt they had to pay, and to be in concert with themselves, to be in their own authentic self. That is, it's not going to be like 2 weeks and they're just like, oh yeah, all that shit in prison, I'm throwing that off. It's going to take a while, because that will affect a person so much. As long as you give them time for all of that transition, then I think the coming together will be good. But I think you have to take it slow. What do you think, Arthur?
What I got was things need to go at his pace or their pace. Number one. Number two, for the past 6 years, they've been on a regimen. They've been on a schedule. They've been told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And a lot of times when people are released from prison, they end up back in. One of the reasons is because their days are not structured.
Mm-hmm.
So it might sound great. Oh, I've done all this. Now I can just watch TV and do whatever, or maybe get a job. Thing is, as somebody who is a loving, caring person next to this person, to make them understand they need to be on a schedule. Not that you regiment, nothing like that, like prison, but they need to have a schedule in order to survive, because that's how they've lived the last 6 years. And that's what the guys are telling us. That's what I keep on getting.
Yeah.
And it will be successful, provided, and he knows she knows he's doing it out of love, and you're doing it for all the right reasons. But let them know ahead of time. Just don't say, you need to do this, you need to do that. Because then you become mom. And no one wants to listen to mom.
Right.
And if they complain about, I can't stand life, this or whatever, what I'm hearing is not to say, oh no, you're wrong. It's really great for you now. They need to hear that somebody's on their side. So if you were to say, yeah, you know what? I can understand why you feel that way. However, so just that, the guys are saying just that little bit of, oh, someone's on my side. Okay, thank you. Then they can hear the other. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that helps.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if, back to Makoto's question, I'm wondering if there is, before this even happens, at the if there is some kind of support group or something that you could join, so that you could help to understand more of what they're going through even before they get out. And then if that support group was also appropriate for them to go to, or for you guys to go together, or if there's different, I think seek support as much as you can find, and take it, because this is a difficult, or it doesn't have to be, well, yeah, it's going to be difficult, but it's challenging. This is a challenging transition to go through, and you can make so much of a difference by being there and supportive of them, and resist the urge to just do everything for them, or to just tell them what to do. It's really important.
They need to feel like they are a part of something.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now
we read Dakota's already.
Yeah, we did that one.
Untamed Spirit. I rescued a very abused and scared 10-month-old kitten. You're not in Chicago. Ohio, are you? Just kidding. Among the health issues that resulted from starvation, I suspect a heart problem. I can't afford the test. What do you two feel about his ticker? I'm not the best with animal health. I'll just let you know that right now.
Yeah, I'm not real good with it either, but we can try. Some counties have programs where you can bring the animals in, and they will treat them for very low cost or even free. So you should check that out, because I do think you need someone's professional opinion about this, not a couple of psychics on YouTube. I mean, we're fabulouses, but I don't want your kitty to go down just because we said, oh yeah, it's fine. I don't want to do that to you. So yeah, see if you can find through and I do think it's usually the counties that offer this. Because I do think that the kitty needs attention. I don't know if it's a heart problem. For a cat that's not quite full grown, that's probably not great if it is a heart problem, but it could be a couple of other things. It could be something much less serious.
Right.
But if the cat's suffering, then the cat needs attention somehow.
My other suggestion is going to be, there's a website called findhelp.org.
Ooh, good one.
You put in your zip code, and it's a listing of all the government programs and grants, but also nonprofits. And there's a filter, so you put in animal care or something of that nature. And I really feel you'll be able to find something there.
Oh, that's great.
So
Arthur, that's so great.
findhelp.org.
That's a great suggestion. Oh, that's a wonderful.
I had a client she's a senior, wanted to get her house painted, couldn't afford it. She went there, and we found a organization, nonprofit, charity that paints houses for seniors for free.
Oh, that's so great.
So you have to do some research, but I really feel the guys were saying to go there, and you should be able to find help for kitty cat. Okay.
Yay. Oh, that's yay. Good.
Annie, thank you, Annie. May I have a message from my guides? Thank you both.
Annie, I'm drawn to your feet and ankles. I know it's been really hot in a good portion of the country, and I know that when it gets hot, people very often have problems with edema and things, and that's what I'm kind of concerned with about for you. And this may not be happening right now, but just keep an eye out for it. And I don't have a really good resolution for it. I'm just going to say it's hot, drink water. That's all I can think of. And besides that, the guides are just kind of like happy with you, happy with the good things that you're doing, and just feeling very, we're coming into kind of the dog days of summer, so a lot of people are kind of slowing down. But yeah, just keep an eye on that. And other than that, I think the guides are just saying, keep up the good work. It's going good. What do you got?
Well, you're going to think, I'm insane. But the very first thing we picked up was, the old song, Another Opening, Another Show? That's the first thing I kept on hearing. And to look at life like, okay, it's another chance. It's another opportunity. And not to give up so easily. That's how, I'm not sure if it's about life, if it's about career. They're not being specific. But when I get something like that, it means like there's an opportunity in front of you just to like divorce yourself from the past and move forward. And you don't have to look back anymore. And it ends up being a cheaper Christmas.
Nice.
So that's what I'm getting, sweetheart. Okay, Annie, I hope that resonates.
So maybe that feet thing is just her shuffling off to Buffalo, just moving on. I hope that's it instead of edema. That makes better sense.
I can teach you some time steps.
There we go. Let's do it.
Okay. Butch McCain. Hello, Arthur and Cool Crone. My trip to Texas was a disaster and decided not to move. So what do you see me doing this fall winter season? Any changes? So were you planning on moving to Texas and you went to check it out and it was a disaster? Is that what I'm hearing here? And you're planning on moving? this may not answer the question directly, but what my guides are saying, as we get to December, you'll have the answer. They're not giving me something specific. They're just saying you have to find the answer. And within 18 months, you're settled, whatever that means. But I don't see you moving right now, the second. So I hope that helps. Colleen?
That sounds good. I'll just go with that. That sounds right to me. That's good. Oh, that's good. Wait, I got one card that hopped out here.
Well,
Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, slow and steady. Yeah, so not right now. Give it a little while.
When I see the word Texas and disaster, why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
Sorry.
These are two things that kind of go together these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not brain trust in Texas.
Mm.
Our next question is from Sonia. Can you guys give me a message from Joseph? He passed 5 years ago, all along. Or was it all alone?
Well, I don't know how he passed, but I do think that he wants you to know that he's in no pain or distress. He's feeling good. He's very touched that you're asking about him, and he's fine. He's fine. He wants you to be fine also, and to know that he's fine. And he's sending you lots of love. What do you get, Arthur? Probably something better than me.
Oh no, I'm known as medium rare, so.
Oh.
So what the first thing I was hearing was it wasn't the best circumstances, but this is what my life path was. And it's now your time to just live. Don't repeat the mistakes I once made. And live. And he visits you now and then. So you're not completely alone. And what I'm hearing is also that was then, this is now. It's time to leave that in the past. And it's your turn. He crossed fast. He's in a good place. So that's what I get. Hope that helps. Does that resonate with you, Colleen?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. Tropical Empress and Spirit. What messages does Spirits have for me concerning my spiritual life path? Well, I'm not hearing the song Let Me Entertain You, so that's a good thing.
Tropical Empress, what came to my mind initially is a Merkaba. So there's a multi-dimensional image or geometric shape that is showing me that there are many, many, many things that you're going to be developing over the next few years. Maybe you've already developed quite a few of them. And also that you should, you probably already do, but connect with crystals and envision crystals and visualize crystals and put yourself sort of in a crystal temple when you meditate, and use the power of those crystals and the energy from your chakras. Which chakra? Your solar plexus chakra, your the yellow chakra, to really connect with crystals, to give yourself more chi, more energy, and to trust. I don't know if the solar chakra, or what is that called? It is called the solar plexus chakra, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that what they're trying to put together is that is a very forceful chakra, but it's also the chakra where things come together, it's the middle. And so if you can picture that Merkaba there in the middle on your solar chakra, and imagine the crystal energy that you're pulling in from wherever, and all kinds of crystals. They don't have to be white. Anything that's sort of clear stone is a crystal pretty much. I mean, you've got your quartz and your calcite too, but just imagine all these beautiful crystals and bring that energy into that Merkaba in your solar plexus and be brave. Everything that you're thinking is true, and just go forward with that energy. So that's what I get.
As you were talking, I kept on getting the energy of Merlin in the crystal cave.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I kept seeing a crystal cave, a crystal temple. Yeah.
And just see yourself as that temperance. I'm sorry. I just took tropical and empress and called you temperance.
I was going with it. I wasn't going to say anything. I was just letting it roll,
I don't have glasses on. I look horrible in glasses. So anyway, I'm vain. So what I'm getting here is also you're seeing where you want to go. So go. Don't hold yourself back. You're talking yourself out of things, is what the guys are showing me.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
No.
But you don't have to rush into anything either. You'll be there when it's like, when is the cake done? When it's done. Except the box may say 20 minutes. It depends on your, elevation.
And your oven.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's not so much working it as living it. Letting your spiritual path become part of who you are, not part of what you are. And that's where the doors will open and you're going to understand things a lot more. And I was just getting trikyanite as well. So that's what I get.
I love kyanite. Yeah.
Jenny Berlin, can I please have a message from Auntie Nanny? She was the sweetest soul. I just kept on getting feelings of like, gingerbread men and stuff like that. I don't know why.
I just had very brief things also. The gingerbread is right. I get that too. And she's just basically saying, aren't you a dear for even thinking of me? But yes, I'm great and you're great and things are really good. I wish I had something more specific. But I did see like really round knobs on kitchen cupboards, because I'm thinking gingerbread in the oven and baking and all that. And I'm just seeing really, really round knobs. I don't know if that resonates at all with you. I think I'm kind of cuckoo for saying it, but that's what, in for a penny, in for a pound. If you're going to lock me up, then I might as well say something good, right? So,
Wait till what I have to say.
Yeah. So round knobs.
She was a spitfire underneath it all. She was sweet and wonderful, but there was a side to her that nobody really wanted to get on her bad side. And what I'm hearing is, now, I could be completely wrong, but what I heard was they might have been an idiot now. What makes you think they're not an idiot now?
Oh.
They're an idiot then? What makes you think they're not an idiot now?
Oh, yes.
That came real fast and real clear, but in a loving, caring way. It's like when
Oh, yeah.
Southern people tell you where to go and then they say, God bless.
Yeah.
But no, she loves you. She cares about you. She's around you. But it's just something about, they're an idiot. You can't change people. Walk away from them. That's what I'm hearing.
Beautiful.
I hope that helps.
Thanks, Auntie Nanny.
Say that 10 times. Sherry H., can I please have a message from my daughter? Please.
I love you, and I am at peace. And don't worry about all those stupid things I said when I was with you. That's it.
What I was getting is, hey, they're all here. And when you get here, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fun.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
But not
very-
yet.
Yeah, not tomorrow.
No, but she's just saying, everyone's here and everything's fine. And there's no pain, there's no suffering, anything like that. And take care of you, Mom, is what I'm hearing.
Very nice.
Whatever her nickname was for you.
Yeah, very
Okay.
nice. Very nice. Beautiful.
I hope that resonates, Sherry. And thank you for trusting us. Okay, next. Mickey Taylor. May I please get any insight on whether moving to the community in North Gregory is positive for my journey? I'll bring a hand puppet so I can entertain while we're waiting for Colleen.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need traveling music or something. Yeah, I do. I do think it'll be good. I think there'll be some challenges. I think you'll have a few detractors, a few people in your life who don't think it's a good idea. But I think generally it is going to be very, very happy for you. You'll probably be able to save some money once you move there. And I think you're gonna, let me see here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think you're going to meet somebody who's going to be a very important person in your life, possibly a new romantic partner. I don't know what your romantic situation is, but that meeting that person causes you to have to make some big decisions in your life. So that's what I get.
Well, I get that it was back in March, you were thinking about what you should do with this. And now you're pondering even more. I get it as being a good situation for you because you're being drawn to it. It's not like people are talking you into it.
Yeah.
All your life, people have talked you into stuff that you know wasn't right, and you didn't follow through with what your gut said, and it was hurtful at times. This, I feel, is your gut reaction is saying yeah. It's like you've got this, you're being drawn like it's a magnet and you're a piece of metal. And I get by March, you should be there.
Beautiful.
I hope that helps.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. Margie McConnell. Feel like I'm having an end of life review. Can you ask Spirit what's going on? Are you singing Is That All There Is by Peggy Lee? We all go through that.
I had to switch decks. If you are ready, go ahead, Arthur.
Okay. I'm just feeling that number one, you're a very highly sensitive person and you feel things very deeply, more so than most, and a bit of an empath. So with everything that's going on with this planetary shift that we're going through, I really feel that the highly sensitive people are feeling it deep, especially after the eclipse in April, the solar flares, all the other planetary movements. It's feeling deep. And so it's giving you a time to reflect. But I don't feel it's an end of life reflection. I'm just looking at it as you're taking inventory of where you've been so far, because you're not sure where you're going next. But you're going next is you just begun. It's incredible what's still standing in front of you. So acknowledge the past. Let go of the past. It's no longer part of you. It can't hurt you. We've cleaned up aisle 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're moving forward from there. Okay? It's all good. And I really feel for a while there, you were just going and going like an Energizer bunny. And then all of a sudden you just slow down. And it's because they want you to slow down. And during that time of reflection, you're going to start realizing, well, that was then. This is now. I'm moving forward. Okay? Gain strength out of it, is what I'm saying. I hope that helps.
Yeah. What I see here is there was a long ago grief or hurt or loss that you went through, and it could have been not just last year or this year, but maybe several years ago, that was not, you didn't deal with it all the way. And one of the things that they're doing with this life review is allowing you to take time out, take a step back, and gain a different perspective on what's going on. And you should pay attention to it in terms of what is the arc for me? Where did I start and where have I come to? And what have I learned from that? Because that change in perspective is what's going to take you forward into the next phase of your life with great excitement and joy. You're gonna let go of whatever that old hurt was, that because that has to be dealt with or let go of. So it's a new you. You're kind of like rebranding yourself from the inside out. You need to do that. You need to pay attention to that and to allow that change in perspective to change you internally. And you need to make friends with yourself again, because that's going to be a much more happy future than if you are kind of fighting those impulses that are really buried, because they're not going to stay buried any longer. You can't keep going with in denial of that particular thing, or maybe there's a couple of things, or maybe that's just the way you dealt with a whole long series of things. I don't know, but yeah, I think you can do it, but if you don't do it, it ain't going to be pretty. But you can start by making friends with yourself, the new you, the way you are now. So that's what
I'll make a quick suggestion. I have a lot of guided meditations in a playlist on my YouTube channel. There's one called Fresh Start, which I think can really, really help you. So
good.
Or look at the other ones if anything resonates, and just have fun with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think we have time for maybe one more question, actually, or two more.
Okay.
And if we didn't get into your questions, it's because we hate you. No, I'm kidding. We love you. Kathy, I just wondering if my financial situation will be better through the end of the year and beyond. I'm going to just answer it real quick.
Yep, go ahead.
Earlier in the show, we were talking about someone learning what the difference between a need, a want, and a like is.
Yep.
And once you understand that as well, it's going to help you. I do feel when you have a shift in your attitude towards money, there'll be more money. You need to respect it. It's an energy. And it respects you. The issues, they're just issues. You'll get through it. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. This too shall pass. It may seem like a kidney stone, but it's going to pass. Sorry. That's what I get. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, I threw a few cards and I got quite a few major arcana. This is actually a big moment in your life, a big shift in your life. It is going to change. Your life is going to change appreciably between now and say January 2025. Right now, you are actually kind of in a very good place as far as your heart, your spirituality, how you feel, your relationships, and you're also kind of the hub of the unit of people that you exist in, if that's a family unit or a groups of friends or whatever it is, but you're kind of the hub of that group. You're working really hard to keep that group together, but there could be some things changing with that group. That group could be splintering off in some way, and that's okay. Things can change, and it doesn't mean the end of the world. You do have the Two of Cups, so you, whoever your partner is, you're dealing with this situation as best you can, but you get the High Priestess, the World, the Star, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is big stuff going on for you. So what I would do if I were you is head on over to Arthur's channel, peruse his list of meditations, do all the ones that jump out to you, not all at once. Take your time, spread it out, make it last, because they're really good. Do them a couple times. And as you do that, allow the thoughts to come to the surface about what the hell is going on. What is this? Because you are going through some big shift. It could be very pleasant. It doesn't mean it has to be a bad feeling. It could be great. It feels great when you let things go, by the way, you know, and you feel literally lighter and more vibrant with that thought. But the Wheel of Fortune is changing. So the financial issue, done. It's happening. The High Priestess, you got the knowledge, you got all the secrets, you figure it out. Big stuff for you. The World means this chapter's coming to a close. And I think that means the financial issues, but I also think finances and pentacles and tarot also relate to the human body. And that could be your soul body too. So you are dealing with, let's just change and get this garbage out of here, and let's be free of all this nonsense. Boy, 2025 is going to be a great year for you. I'll just end with that.
And another one of the meditations I would suggest is attract success and abundance while sleeping. And just put it on real low. You don't have to really hear it, just so that your subconscious hears it. And just let it play in the background and loop it. And don't worry, it's a video, but I always say close your eyes. So you don't have to watch. And if you watch it, it's basically a lava lamp on crack. So it's not necessarily butterflies and streams. So I really feel that can help. And 2025 it's like
it's good for her, right?
This is for the last 12, 14 years have been leading to this moment. So don't F it up. You're not going to. You're fine.
No, you're going to do fine.
Follow your gut.
Just realize that it's a big shift. This isn't just like, oh, I need some money. This is like, you know, this stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time now. Okay, we'll ask you one last one. Hi, I have to move by Thursday, but the place I plan to move to just fell through. Should I focus on just a place for 1 month for now? I got an automatic yes on that.
Okay, good.
Just get yourself figured out what you're going to do, and give yourself that month as like at a way station. Just let things settle. It wasn't your fault that it fell through. In fact, what I'm hearing is it's a blessing in disguise. You basically dodged a bullet. In 3 years, you would have said, "Why am I here? Why am I here?" So it's all. There's a reason for it all. I know it sounds trite to say that, but it is. And I really feel as we get into September, you're going to understand where you're going, and there'll be direction, and it'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm glad I didn't go. That place did fall through. Look at this place." Because it'll feel like more like a home than just a place. And it finds you. Okay?
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm just going to piggyback on that and say, when you focus on that place for just a month, that in itself shifts your energy and your environment. And that's going to help you to find the best solution for what you need to do. Yeah, you dodged a bullet. Definitely.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I'm horrible at this stuff. So if anyone needs to get a hold of Colleen, the Cool Crone, she is cool, isn't she?
Thank you.
thecoolcrone.com. And check out our YouTube channel. Okay. And if anybody needs to get a hold of me, you know where to find me. I'm on Wilshire and Rodeo with the sandwich board that says we'll read for food. Okay. So that's it for tonight, people. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting us.
Thank
Colleen,
you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Arthur. I'm so glad we finally did this. I've been looking forward to this. It's great. I love reading with you. It's really, really a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right. Well, everyone, as I always say, take care of you, take care of yourself, take care of others, and above all, stay amazing and don't freak out with what's going on.
Yeah.
Stay
really.
calm.
Yeah.
And no matter who, vote blue. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you again.